Hi students, in this session we are going to discuss about corporate governance. In previous session we are already discussed business ethics principles, characteristics. So in this session we are going to discuss the corporate governance. So first of all, what is corporate governance? Okay, let's start the topic. So concept of corporate governance, a system through which powers are exercised and shared by the different shareholders and groups to ensure the achievement of entities goals. So organization corporate maintain the some corporate governance rules and regulations, a system through which powers are exercised or powers are implementation and shared by different shareholders, shareholders, stakeholders means board of directors, CEO, chief executive officers, or owners of the company directly participated, and groups to ensure achievement of the entity's goals. Okay, definition given by the Gabriel and O'Donovan. According to Gabriel and O'Donovan, given a best decision, an internal system encompassing policies, processes, and people which serves the needs of shareholders and other stakeholders by directing, controlling management activities with good business survey objectives, accountability, and integrity. Sound corporate governance is reliant on an external marketplace commitment and legislation plus a healthy board culture with safeguard policies and processes. So this is the corporate governing meaning. So sources of corporate governance, sources of corporate governance. So the mainly three sources for corporate governance exist. First one is law. According to law, corporate governing working according to law, common and legislation, common law and legislation law. Second one, best practice codes, best practice codes and books and books. These three are resources of corporate governance. International aspect of corporate governance. On the international sense, best practice guidelines on corporate governance have been developed. So corporate governance is the most important concept in international businesses. So on the international sense, best practice guidelines on corporate governance have been already developed. Okay, so principles for corporate governance in the commonwealth is known as the CACG guidelines, and organization for economic cooperation and development, organization for economic cooperation and development, known as the OECD full form, organization for economic cooperation and development. Principles of corporate governance, guidelines on corporate governance by the International Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators, focus on directors and company secretaries. So these are the most important guidelines aspect of international corporate governance. Okay, the core or main concept of corporate governance. So started off being only 4 points of the core concepts, now grown to 11 points of core concept of corporate governance. The first one is accountability. Second one is fairness or accurate. Third one transparency. Fourth one independence. Fifth one, sustainability. So fifth one, sustainability. Sixth one, good board practice. Next one, control environment. Next one, board commitment, next one, openness. Then reputation, then reputation. And finally stakeholder interface. So my dear students, these are the important or main concepts of corporate governance. In starting onwards, only 4 concepts are there in corporate governance, but now it will develop to up to 11 points. So these 11 points are most important concept in corporate governance. Let's start the explaining. First one, we deal with each turn. First one is accountability. Ensure that management is accountable to the board. And the board is accountable to the shareholder. So management is accountable to the board is accountable to the shareholders. That is called accountability. Simple one word. Okay. Next, fairness means impartiality or lack of bias. Okay, so refers merely to the way companies and their officers treat shareholders with some disabilities, such as monetary shareholders, employees, foreign investors, foreign direct investments, like that. Okay, and as against the dominant players such as majority shareholders. So these are the maintain fairness. Refers merely, so fairness reference merely to the way of companies and their officers. Officers means, so fairness means impartiality or lack of bias. Refers to merely to the way companies and their officers. So merely way of companies and their officers. Officers means minority shareholders, employees, foreign direct investors or foreign investors, as against dominant players such as majority shareholders. So it is the important point. Provide effective redress for violent. So fairness of the firm. Fairness is the one of the important part, because of, so organization given the equal values for each and every employee or each and every stakeholder in the organization. There is no differences between minority shareholders or employees, foreign investors against the compare with, so majority shareholders. So majority shareholders and minority shareholders or employees are treated as a equal shareholders or equal rights of the firm. That is the important point. Next one, transparency. Ensure that timely accurate disclosure of all material matters. So timely accurate disclosure of all material matters, including financial situations. It means financial position of the firm and performance. Compare with previous years, our latest year performance of the firm, ownership and corporate governance is made. So these are the including the timely accurate disclosure of all material matters. Okay, so transparency is the most important point in corporate governance. Financial statements are prepared in accordance with international financial reporting standards, that is called IFRS. So financial reporting maintain the standards only international level, not only state level, not only national level. Okay, so the companies registry filling or up to date, filling up to date. High quality annual reports are published. Only high quality annual reports are published in our website. Okay, web based disclosure in its place. So web based disclosures is in place. So next one, independence. So ensure that produce. So independence is the one of the key part, because of so employers, employee, stakeholders, customers, and creditors, they have maintained some independence, because of it is the increase the organization goodwill or organization morals or organizational capability. Okay, so produces and structures are in place, so as the minimize or avoid conflicts or disputes of interest. So it is the independence is minimize the or avoidance of conflicts or disputes compare with other companies. So it is the important part. Next one, the board has independent non-executive board members and advisors. The board has independent non-executive board and board members and advisors. That is, those who are free in both reality and appearance from a material relationship which materially affects in interface with one's capacity to act independently. That is the independent non-executive board members and advisors. So see corporate governance, non-executive director independence, fact or fixation. Due page 31 2008. Sustainability. Bear with mind that no generally accepted definition exists. No generally accepted definition exists. But most commonly used definition is from the Brundtland reports from the World Commission on Environment and Development in 1987. In 1987, which defines sustainability as, so they are some given a definition. So definition of sustainability as development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. That is called sustainability. And openness. Willingness to give all shareholders information. Except that which is commercially sensitive. So if any secrecy that is not given by the anyone in the organization. So willingness to give all the shareholder information in the organization except that which is commercially sensitive or it is secrecy. So secrecy information not given to the anyone outside of the organization. So information about current developments in the company's affairs must be provided timelessly through newspapers. So through newspapers, radio and television, websites, etc. Radio and television, website, etc. So there is openness. Next one, reputation. So reputation or goodwill of the firm or character of the organization is the most important in corporate governance, being the character generally ascribed to a company or organizational entity, may be good or bad. Whatever it is, may be good or bad. For a listed company, a good reputation is key asset, key asset, or indirect or intangible asset, because it helps to enhance the shareholder values. Companies with high reputation have corresponding high share prices. So companies with high reputation have corresponding high sharing price. So it is an important point in corporate governance. A strong share price make the raising of extra capital for existing or new investment easily. Existing investment or new investment means a shareholders take any other amount given to the organization. Existing investment means the net profit converted to the capital, that is called existing investment. Okay, the both are the difference. So whatever it is, existing investment or new investment, easily maintain the strong sharing price. Damage to the reputation of a company is quickly reflected by a drop in its share price. So do not maintain any damage to the reputation of a company. So it's quickly and fastly. So compare with positive words, the negative words are quickly reflected. That's why the organization also same. So damage to the reputation of a company is quickly. If your good reputation or positive reputation cannot be quickly reflected, but damage to the reputation of a firm is quickly reflected to the by a drop in its sharing price. Okay, or share price. Stakeholders interface. Stakeholder interface. Well defined shareholder rights. Recognize shareholder rights. That is, so how to recognize the shareholder rights? First of all, what is recognized shareholder rights? That is the rights of all these with an interest in entity and its operations. Example, employee, the community, suppliers or creditors or debtors, whatever it is, customers. These are the recognized stakeholders rights. Next, encourages cooperation. Encourages cooperation between the company and its stakeholders. The company and its stakeholders in creating wealth, jobs and economic stability. So these are the encourage the cooperation between the company and its stakeholders. So in creating, so the both are creating wealth of the firm, jobs of the firm and economic stability of the firm. That is the important part. Next one, ensure that minority shareholders rights are formalized and protected from majority shareholders. Ensure that organized shareholders meetings are conducted. Ensure that policies on related party transactions in place. So ensure that policy on related party transaction is in a place. Ensure that policy on extraordinary transaction involving entity is in a place. So also ensure that clearly defined and explicit dividend policies are in place. So dividend policies also important. So my dear students, it may stakeholder interface will define shareholder rights. So recognize the shareholders rights like employees, communities, suppliers, debtors or creditors and consumers. That is the rights of the recognized shareholders. Next one, encourage the cooperation. So encourage the cooperation between the company and shareholders for creating wealth, jobs, economic stability. Next one, minority shareholders right are formalized and protected. Formalized and protected, that is the important. Ensure that well organized shareholders meetings are conducted. So well organized shareholders meetings also conducted. And ensure that policy on related party transactions is in place. Transaction is in place. Ensure that policy extraordinary transactions involving the entity is in a place. Next, explicit dividend policies are in a place. So this is the shareholders interface. So my dear student, corporate governance having some core concepts like 11 points. The first one is accountability, fairness, transparency, independence, sustainability, good board practice, control environment, board commitment, openness, reputation, stakeholder interface, and stakeholder rights. So these are the core or main concepts of corporate governance. Okay, thank you so much.